Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Check 49. Check 49. Check 49. Up
the middle. Here's Elliott. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. First carry for Najee Harris. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. It's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Harris running straight ahead. Room here to run. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. The first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Steelers 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Check 24, check 24. Check 52.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Inside give to Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Show it up. 18, check 13.
The man in motion left here, Johnson.
Watch the pass.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Check. Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6. Check pass.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try and put his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. He had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The give is to Elliott, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They hand this off to Harris. And some room to roam now. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
Again, it's Elliott, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown of the new season. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On 2nd and 10, Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Jackson on first down. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try the left side. It's Jansen, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch 18.
Trying with Pickett here on third down. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. But Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers.
That's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Watch 18. 18's the mic. Watch the cut. Watch that. Watch that. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 7 Mike 18.
On first and 10, it's Pickett. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw on second and 10. Pickett looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
18's the mic. All right. Here we go. Let's go, B. Let's go.
Pickett right back to the air again. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They go play action now. Jackson going up top. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They go play action with Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this 1st half. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. 4 seconds, all that remain here this 1st half as the kick gets away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jackson now. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson, open man is Duvernay. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Jackson looking to throw on third. Flush to his right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 36 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And oh, it's wide right. No good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Pickett. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Here we go. 14's the mic. 14's the mic. Come up the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Jackson now off the bootleg. He finds his man complete. That's Jansen.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Pickett. He finds his man. Complete. That's Warren. Touchdown! Jalen Warren. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Jackson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 78 yards on the ground here for Dobbins, and a first down coming up.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On first down, Jansen. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Play action. It's Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon.
And the Steelers are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Harris.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
In motion, the tight end.
Watch 18. 18's the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Switch it.
Back to throw. Pickett.
And that's Elliott. Complete. They find some open field here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Watch 18. 18.
Pickett to throw on first down.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
18's the mic. Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges. Check 4. Check 4.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
18. Mike. 18. In your face. Watch 18. 18.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Watch 18. 18's the mic. Watch the glass. Watch the glass. Check. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Motion man. Put your hands up.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
14's the mark. 14's the mark. Watch the screen. Pass. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3. Watch the edge.
Slot man moves right. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In motion goes the tight end.
Check, 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 check. Mike 14. Mike 14. He's time to read. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Looking to throw here. Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Pickett to his tight end Freiermuth for the Steeler first. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Boswell's kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe.
And this is going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rule. So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
112 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
So 3rd down coming up. And Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less. Because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
The slot man in motion right.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Deep ball for Goodwin.
And this is caught. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
So it's a win here for the Ravens, and it was just too much Lamar Jackson. He really played well.
Yeah, you had to like what you saw. He was on point the whole game. Wound up going over 300 yards with 3 touchdown passes. That will definitely get the job done.
So for Baltimore, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah.
Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blues, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say?